One thing that all college students can relate to is studying. Whether it's reading a book, learning chemical foundations, or writing a speech, every one of us has had to put in the time in order to make the grades that we want. Many choose to let music accompany their studying, and the genre chosen varies from person to person. Today, I would like to talk about classical music and why next time you study, you should choose classical music to study along with. Classical music is the most distraction-free music that there is. It often contains no lyrics which are used to grab a listener's attention, and because classical music is unknown to the majority of people, it will not hold your attention. Because of this, movie directors often use classical music as background music because it provides mood, but it doesn't distract the movie viewer from the movie itself. Not only does classical music not distract you, but it can also aid in productivity. Classical music has had proven effects on helping the mind to think and the listener to work. There's an effect called the Mozart effect, and this is a theory that classical music, in this case Mozart specifically, can actually aid the brain in figuring out complex problems. In a study done at the University of Illinois, radiologists were put to work while listening to classical music. After the research was done, 80% of them reported a boost in productivity, and it was calculated that this boost was by about 6.3%. Throughout these points, there remains the question of how exactly this works, and the answer involves your brain. You see, music has differing effects on the brain, and different types of music affect different parts of the brain. Classical music's effects lie with your emotions, your learning, and your memory. Classical music relieves anxiety and lowers your blood pressure, allowing for the brain to run as efficiently as possible. The emotional expression in music is actually processed by the same part of the brain that speech is processed by. This means that when you listen to classical music, you are actually stimulating the part of the brain that will be used when performing tasks such as public speaking or writing papers. And the patterns that are involved in classical music can help the brain learn other patterns, such as the ones that are involved in math and science. It is very clear that classical music has very powerful effects on the brain and can actually help you with learning. And with all of the ways that classical music has been shown to help with productivity, learning, and other things associated with studying, it just goes to show that classical music truly is the best music to listen to while working for class.